Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about natural disasters and that feeling of failure and what we do and what you should do when that happens. But before we get into today's video, guys, if you wouldn't mind, please hit the subscribe button if you are new here to the channel. And for those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much. I do appreciate all the support you guys have given us. So folks, quick update. If you guys are interested in hemp flower, you know that those links are in the description below. Retail sales have remained poor, but that's just, I think, because of our low stock. So folks, if you guys didn't know or didn't watch the news or aren't familiar with our area here in Virginia, Hurricane Isaias, I think I'm saying it right, came over our area. In fact, the eye wall literally went right over our house. So during that storm, it was pretty unsafe to go outside. It was pretty windy, a lot of rain. But when the eye wall showed up, for those of you that don't know, when the eye wall of a hurricane comes through, it's almost dead calm. Blue skies sometimes it was gray. This time it was just a grayish sky. So I went outside and took a look at the hemp plants, and I'm gonna roll this raw footage of what it looked like and how devastating it was, and that feeling of failure that I haven't felt really since last year. So let's go check out this footage. Okay folks, so this is what Hurricane Isaias gave us. We're pretty much down to no hemp plants left. As you can see, total destruction. Hemp plants are down all over the place. All of them have been uprooted. Small ones, big ones. The biox seemed to have done the best. That was where I concentrated the most of my time. So let's go down here and see the CBG plants. I can see one laying all the way down over here. Yeah, as you can see, this one's completely down, completely uprooted. Somehow these damn things made it, the 10 footers. But look at this, you can even see. So definitely some shear wind came through, and you can see tons of broken branches. So not sure what kind of crop we'll have after this storm. This one looks like it was just ripped to pieces. Look at this, just absolutely ripped to pieces. So we'll have our work cut out for us here as the eye wall comes across. We'll have the rest of the afternoon to work on the plant. So I figured I'd give you guys an update, and we'll talk about it later this week. So hope you all stay safe during the storm. Okay, so that was how I felt. You could hear it in my voice. I mean, and I remember walking out there just a couple days ago and being utterly just so riddled with failure and disappointment, and honestly in just pure shock of what happened to those plants. We did do preparation, so before anybody rants in the comments, you didn't do anything. We had bamboo sticks snap. I can even show you those if you want to see them. We had a T-post, a metal T-post, which you see those green T-posts had twisted at the bottom. That's how heavy the storm was, or how strong those winds were. So, you know, there was not much else I could do other than just having trellis netting. But even trellis netting, if those supports go, it doesn't matter. So sometimes it just, Mother Nature beats you every time. I mean, you can do so much, but, you know, Mother Nature will come and get you every now and then. So anyways, folks, when that feeling of failure kind of came through, it was a real reminiscent moment for me, especially from planting day last year, when we walked outside and we just saw all of our plants cooked. It was really devastating. You know, it was our first crop at an 80% crop failure, and it was getting worse at the moment. It was that same utter feeling, and you know, for a minute you take a step back and you just kind of like, you kind of just hang your head and go, what do I do? You know, we spent so much time getting this grow area prep this year. We were hitting stride. I mean, guys, I say this with a very good confidence level that our plants are some of the best looking plants I've seen on social media. As far as size, as far as growth, as far as green, as far as vibrant. We're not having any kind of pest issues yet, and we're just looking good. So it was definitely devastating to watch those plants just fall over, especially those cherry wines. you know, the cherry wines took a real beating, and it was just really devastating for me to see. So today I'm going to talk about what I did after that happened. So the eyewall came over, and, you know, I just started working. You know, the only thing I knew to do was to at least upright these plants and give them a chance to reroot themselves or just stabilize them. And so I got bamboo sticks, more T-posts, and I started writing up all the plants. Now, to my surprise, the biocs actually did really, really well. They didn't need a lot of attention. The two that really needed the most attention were all the CBG plants and all the cherry wine plants. Those two seemed to just take it. It looks like my preparations for the biocs did well, and like the biocs berry and the afternoon delight and auto sweeten. My only theory on that is because those plants are a little smaller than the cherry wines and the CBGs, that they did better because we have that little fencing, and believe it or not, that actually knocks down some wind for those plants. So that probably prevented those plants from being blown over. Because of their size. I really think that was the main reason they stayed where they were. A couple of biocs leaned over, but it wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, so we started staking, and we put a post on Instagram if you guys didn't see that, if you guys don't follow us. And we got a lot of comments. Stake them, they tend to rebound, put them back upright. You know, you might be surprised at how resilient they are. And of course, when you're in the moment of that failure, you know, it's just like, man, are these things ever going to bounce back? Like, they were blown over. I'm looking at roots. Well, I'm going to take you into the grow area. I'm going to show you how resilient this hemp plant is. Okay, folks, so remember how all those plants were blown down. So you can see everybody is upright and very, very green. In fact, they're so green right now. Peak veg for these cherry wines right now. And look, all those guys are upright and green, which is just crazy. You know, they don't look as pretty as they used to. They're definitely still being held up by stakes. A lot of bamboo stakes. You got T-post down here. That's the twisted T-post. That's why it's like leaned. I put it back in the ground and re-staked everything. But as you can see, everybody's pulled back over. Some of them have supports inside. Some of them have the supports on the mats. Just pulling them back over this way, and it's just incredible how well these plants have rebounded. And you can see they're just starting to go right back to growing again. Here's the biocs. They seem to just absolutely love all this rain we're getting. They have done so well in the past week, and honestly, guys, the only biocs that had a problem was that one right down there at the end. You can see it's a little lean this way. We're pulling it back with that T-post down there. All the potted plants did really well, and I noticed there was no uprooting issue with the potted plants. The two tall plants made it, as you saw in that video earlier. And here's the CBGs. This one still kind of leaning. It's got a T-post for support right there. This one I could not rewrite, no matter what I tried. This one right here, it was just too heavy. It kept snapping the line, so we just kind of pulled it best I could, and it's kind of doing its own thing. But it is growing again. No matter where you look, it's still going back up. So it's just crazy how well this plant rebounded. You can see this CBG plant rebounded really, really well. They're just giant bushes. This one's still leaning a little bit, but it does have a support in there. You can see there's a bamboo stick. This one wasn't of great concern. It stayed upright for the most part. But since we're down here in the CBG, guys, I'm going to show you some cool stuff. If you didn't pick it up when we just showed it really quick, we are in pre-flower with some of these CBGs. Now that is desert snow, but the OC CBGs, they are all flowering right now. You can see right here. So we are in pre-flower, folks. So this is August, and we sprayed for caterpillars the other day. We found one on that plant right there, but haven't seen any other damage after we sprayed the Azamax. So far so good. But yeah, this is how well they rebounded. Just crazy. And the biocs seem to have gotten stronger since the storm. So folks, the plant is very resilient. They are rebounding. Still holding my breath though. You know, you can't really tell for about a week if they're going to be fully recovered. But the prospects are really, really good, and I'm really, really hopeful. And for those of you that watched that do follow us on Instagram, that commented, I appreciate all the support we got on Instagram, guys. It was just an outpouring of support for us to keep pushing forward, and that's exactly what we did. And the results speak for themselves. The plants look great. So no crop failure, fingers crossed. We don't even lose a plant, which would be even better. But you know, I'm kind of prepared to lose a few. But yeah, that's it, folks, for this week. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you ever find yourself in this situation of failure, just remember to dig a little deeper and to push forward. It's the only thing I knew how to do, and it seemed to work out really, really well. So that's my only advice I could give you if something like this happens. You just got to keep pushing as best you can. But that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys are interested in hemp flower, you know all the links are down in the description below. If you guys need hemp seeds, those are down in the description below as well. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. You can always leave a comment on the video if you guys have any questions, and feel free to email me at any time. But that's all I have for you today, folks. So I hope you stay happy, healthy, and I will see you in another video.